so that's working. This meeting is being live streamed. Live streamed? What? All right, let's go, let's go, let's go! So many things. Huh. There's white stuff on my shirt. And you know, it's very tiny. It's hard to see. Hey everyone. Welcome. I see people popping in. I see Betty. I see Paula. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? It's Copilot Show Day. For those of you who are on Facebook, I have to make sure that's working. Let me make sure that's working. Move to new window, and let's put that over on that screen. You know, all this fun stuff. I try to get it ready beforehand. All right, seems to be working. Great. How about comments? Y'all here? Y'all chatting with me? Jeff Stark, good morning, Mitch. I love this t-shirt. I do too. I had 250,000 leads with UpViral. Oh, there's another spot. These darn cameras. They're so picky. How is that? Oh, I got it. Oh, good morning, Keith. Please make sure to switch your Zoom to everyone instead of host and panelists. Hello from Scotland. Scott from Scotland. Oh, that's too easy. Hey, I've been watching Outlander with my wife. I know all about Scotland now. Deborah! Hi, Deborah! Oh, I just knocked something down. Outlander, very interesting series. I have likes and dislikes about Outlander. There's way too much violence in Outlander. My wife says it's balanced out by the romance, so. Oh, anyway. Guess what today is? Do you know what today is? Who knows what today is in the UpViral Copilot Show? Because everyone read their emails, right? Keith says, campaign review. Yes. Keith got it right very quickly. Deborah says, review day. We got actually 2 campaigns today, and the first one is fascinating. I haven't really dug into the second one yet. You may see some green flashing going on. I'm having trouble with this camera. Graham is over on Facebook. Hi, Graham. Haven't seen you in forever. Graham was one of my very first founding members. Years and years and years ago. Scott says no green. Well, it periodically comes in, and I've fiddled with the cord, and I hope that has fixed it. You know how men do. We just fiddle with the cord or smack it. We'll see. We'll see how that works. I'm going to move it back over. I had to switch yesterday to my old backup camera, which is still up there. But anyway, when I did a Facebook Live, it is good to go. Let's go. Anybody have any questions before we get started? Graham says hello. Good to see you, Graham. So good to see you. We need to get you back, Graham. You need to be back using this tool and building your marketing. All right, let me go. Let me go. I have the 2 campaigns set up. Now, this first one, let me go make sure that I have it. I had it open. I thought I had it open. Let me just go to the Facebook group. UpViral Facebook group, not guides. I don't want the guides. Discussion. Where did that go? I had that open. Is it in my Safari? No, that's not it. Was it in Chrome? It must be in Chrome. I know, I should be more prepared, shouldn't I? Ah, it is. See, I was in the right place Dang it. Hey, I'm live. It says so. All right. Let's just dive in. Let's get to it, right? Here's the UpViral group. Let me know if new people are popping in. If you pop in and I didn't say hi. Scott, Jeff, Deborah, Keith, everybody that's here. Dang it. I don't know. I'm getting a new computer in the next week. And I hope some of the things that I see happen don't happen on the new one. But we will see. You know how that goes, right? Pro Mouse. Mouse Halo. I'd love to be able to see that. Praven raised your hand. Sorry, we don't do anything fun on this show. Make sure it is Mac Mitch, then problems will all disappear. This is a Mac. I've been a Mac guy since 1987 when I bought my first Mac. Mac 2. It cost me $7,000. I had to take out a loan. Kiki says, sorry I missed you last week. How to catch the replay. The Mac that I ordered a Mac Studio. And it's supposed to be here between the 11th and the 18th. I don't think I'm going to be on next week's show, by the way, because I think William's doing an interview next week. So I may not have it at that point, but I don't think I'm going to be on the show anyway. All right. Did you guys see this? A new template is released in UpViral land. Very interesting little template. This is not it. Let me go to the dashboard in my account and log in. That's why things aren't working, because I'm not logged in. So if you go to create new campaign and scroll down to the very bottom, they have a new one for filling your live event or filling your event. So you could use this for webinars or whatever. If I do show preview, that is a very interesting little layout. Join me in a free masterclass on June 3rd. Stop binge eating forever. Register as a masterclass. Down here is what you will learn as seen in. So there's some social proof stuff down here. Reviews, etc. It does look nice, Keith says. So if you go to the next page, they have something interesting I like. I hadn't really done much similar to this. If it would hurry up and load. Thank you. You're registered for Stop Binge Eating Forever. With Caitlin Gabriel, check your inbox. You'll receive confirmation email with a link to the event. Here's the link. Now, notice, interestingly enough, there isn't a sharing box on here, a social sharing box. So what they're implying is that if you refer with one friend, you get a link to an ebook. You refer two friends. So the only thing they're giving you here is this, but you might want to include the social sharing boxes. You can always change. The good news, I was looking at another software that a friend of mine, Shamal, has used, and it has some great features to it, but it doesn't let you combine a referral program and an incentive program and a contest all in one thing, and it drives me so freaking crazy. Why do these tools limit you so much? Oh wait, they want to charge you more. Anyway, the thing that I like about this is this not sure who to invite section, right? So this is helping you figure out, or the people who opt in, who to refer, whom to refer. So that's a very nice little thing. I like that a lot. I don't want to spend all day on that because we have 2 campaigns to review. Now, there was also a question. Oh, that's the one we want to review. And there was a question I thought, oh, and I probably messed it up. That's what I did. I messed it up. There was a question. Oh, well, we'll get to that later. We got too much to do. Forget it. All right, so the 2 campaigns we have to review. The first one came in from Lee Midlane. Lee. Hi, Lee. Lee told me that she was not going to be able to watch live, but she was very interested in having this campaign reviewed because her conversion rate was running at 12%. That was her original question. Should it be higher? Well, for those of you who know me, my average conversion rate, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, my average referral rate is 43%. My average conversion rate was somewhere in the mid-30s. But it again depends upon your audience and who you're sending and everything else. But let's look at her campaign, because I said, well, frankly, if you see this right here, I said, let's test it. But I'll tell you up front, it's a hot mess. Now, for those of you who haven't seen me do a review show before, I can get pretty brutal. And actually, a really fast story. My good friend Frank helped me out with a new class that I'm doing, and I recorded all the videos for the new class, and he beta tested it for me, and he said, Mitch, I have one word for you. Okay, 2 words. It sucks. And he was right. I went back and looked at it, and the other people who reviewed it said, yeah, it's very helpful, very good, Mitch, thank you. But Frank said, no, it sucks. And he said, I'm brutal. And I said, yes, and that's what I appreciate. And I ended up re-recording the whole thing. And it's much better because I re-recorded it, and it's much better because he gave me a brutal feedback. So, Lee, I am giving you this brutal feedback with love. Because if we can make it better, if we can work together and make it better, it's going to up your conversion rate a whole bunch, and you're going to be so much happier with UpViral and your campaign. That's the whole point. All right, so let's go look at it. I have it open here in this incognito window. I'm going to move the chat out of the way so it doesn't distract me. Isn't that funny? The chat always distracts me. Okay. Dream today, video creator tomorrow. In this video, I'll show you what we're planning for our free coaching week. Now, the first thing, and this is Mitch's pet peeve, some of you have heard this before. I hate videos, and this is me, that start in this video, I'll show you blah, blah, blah. I really, really passionately dislike this phrase in this video. We know it's a video. It's a video. There's a play button. Would you read a book that starts out in this book? No, nobody starts books that way. Nobody starts news articles. Your guy down on CNN or Fox or whatever news service, what is BBC? In this news report, we're going to tell you about... No, you're wasting people's time. Be creative. Sorry, Lee, I'm beating you up on this one. What is the pain point that this video is going to solve? I'm going to show you what we are planning for our free coaching event. You take all of these words that are fluff words. They are not helping anybody out. We are doing a free... No, let's not start that. Are you struggling with creating videos? Or is it too hard to edit? At the end of May, we are doing a free coaching week to whatever. Make it strong. Make this good marketing. All right, so there's a video. And if you refer your friends, you could have a chance of winning some amazing prizes. Lee, bless your heart. You just haven't been exposed yet to good contest marketing. Don't. This is my recommendation. I know other people do it differently. Please don't tell people right at the beginning, if you refer your friends, what does that signal to you? Anybody in the chat can say this if you've heard me say it before. I haven't even registered yet, and you're telling me I got to do some work. I'm not, it just puts me off. It puts me in a mood of not wanting to register because you're going to ask me to do some work. Okay? I prefer to get people, the only thing this should be doing is getting people to opt in. Reserve my spot now. Don't tell them they got work to do on the next page. If you want to tell them you're doing some amazing prizes, that's okay. But don't tell them about this stuff. This is, again, my opinion. Don't tell them about this stuff because they now feel like there's work to do. We have a VIP with all the recordings and all the exclusive goodies. Plus, you'll be with a chance to shoot for the Moon Scholarship. Why isn't this phrase at the top? Win our Shoot to the Moon Scholarship worth nearly $6,000. Big, bold, flashy letters. You've hidden the lead. You've buried the lead, as they say. It's way down the page. Why are you making this so small? Please, again, remember I'm doing this with love. I really want this to be a success. Okay, now, you explained day 1, day 2, day 3. Yes, this is all good stuff for getting people into your 5-day, 1-week session, whatever you called it. This part is all good stuff. I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to assume it's good stuff. Reserve my spot now. There's a video. I bet in the video you say, in this video. Please, don't do that. I just did. It's really a pet peeve of mine. Be creative. You are talking to video creators. If you're not setting a good example at the beginning with a captivating reason to watch, people are going to fluff off. They're going to leave. Now, also, I prefer that your opt-in page not have any menus or anything else, because that's just a distraction. You got all this stuff at the bottom. These things are potential distractions. The only function of this page is to get people to opt in. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, and this is where the hot mess came into play. This says, reserve my spot now. I click that, and I get to a page that says, woohoo, you're in. Wait a minute. Time out. You guys out there in the chat, who sees a problem? What happened there? Anybody? Somebody, you want me to ring the bell for you here? Come on. What just happened? Thank you, Kiki. No email. Jerome says email, question mark. You don't have my email. I didn't give you anything. Jeff says email capture. How can I be in if I didn't give you an email address? This is what blew me away, okay? Kiki says yes, no login, no info gathered. That's correct. Exclusive offer details below. On social media, share, earn points, just 3 simple steps. Copy your URL, share to your friends. Okay, what URL? I don't have a URL, I'm not in yet. But wait, there's a reserve my spot button down here. Who recognizes this? Scott says, I thought I missed it when I blinked. Exactly. Kiki says, maybe it's by design. If it's by design, Kiki, I'm going to fire you as a designer. Because everybody in the chat just reacted the same way. It's bad design. It is confusing. I'm sorry, Lee. This is one of the reasons why you're only getting a 12% conversion. And frankly, as I said in the comments, I'm surprised you're getting 12%. Because at this point, I'm now completely confused. You've just told me I'm registered, so I think I'm in, even though I didn't give you my email address. Okay, so does this look like an... Jerome says, yeah, 12% is amazing. That kind of implies that the program is going to be really cool because 12% of the people were able to get past the struggle here. Enter your details below. Is this an UpViral box, y'all? Terms and conditions. Let's just click that. Oh, it goes somewhere else. Terms of service. Don't care. Oh, it opened a new window. All right. Is this UpViral or is this something else? It says UpViral up here, by the way. All right, so I'm going to put in my name, and I'm going to put in my email address, because I've already done this, by the way. Nobody's even saying whether this is UpViral or not. Come on, y'all, be proactive. Whew. All right, well done. Now you have 6 points entry into the contest. Want to increase your chances of winning the Shoot to the Moon Coaching Experience Scholarship? I frankly barely even saw that, right? So let's beef that part up again in the opt-in page. But who's paying attention here? How many pages have we seen? Yes, that's a lot of buttons. Scott says that's a lot of buttons. I don't have a problem with the number of buttons, but how many pages have we seen? Y'all, come on. 5? No, that's not right. Good try, Scott. Anybody else? We've seen. All right, nobody. Y'all are asleep out there. Hello. 4. Victoria says. Keith says 3. Keith got it. Good try, Victoria. Keith got it. We got 3 pages so far. Now, raise your hand if you have seen me preach about this topic. How many pages are in an UpViral funnel? Y'all ought to be screaming this right now. Mitch. 2. Kiki says Keith 2. Yes. Jerome says 2, 2, 2, 2. Yay, Jerome. There's 2 pages in the UpViral process. Now, who knows if I do this Facebook share, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL, right? Who knows which page UpViral is going to send referrals to? Page 1, page 2, or page 3? Any guesses out there? Kiki says page 2. Keith says page 1. Deborah says page 3. See, there's confusion. Bless your hearts. Jeff says page 1. Jerome says P1 without an opt-in. There's only one person that's gotten it right. Bravo to Kiki. The share page. No. Page 3 is the share page, Kiki. You said the right number of pages, but page 3, we're on page 3. This is the share page. UpViral is going to send you to what it thinks is the opt-in page. Now, I'm going to come over here to Chrome because I'm already in my little incognito window, and I'm going to open a new window because I haven't done this in Chrome, and I'm going to paste in my URL. Where's it going to go? Drum roll. I should have my drum roll music. It sends referrals to the second page because that was the first page of the UpViral process. So let's look at this briefly. Oh, I'm in the right spot. Let's look at this briefly. Here is the normal process, right? You guys have seen a similar page to this multiple times. There's an opt-in page where you send your traffic. There's a sharing page. And there's the social share, the copy, all that kind of stuff. And the people come to the first page of the 2-page process. Here's what we really have. I spent a few minutes and I actually mapped it out. This is what Lee's program is currently doing. She's sending all of her traffic to the to page 1, which is an implied opt-in, but we didn't give up our email address. Brian Kelly, if you go to contactmitch.com and ask me for the link, I will share that with you. He's asking for he has Funnelytics and wants this diagram. Happy to share that with you. The lead page does not even collect anything, so I didn't put a collection icon like we have back here, and I didn't put this stuff on there, but you guys get the point. Nothing was collected. On the referral side of things, We did collect an email address. We did go to the share page. That share page has the sharing stuff on it, and it sends people to page 2. Okay, Lee, do you see the problem here? If you don't get it, go back to last week's Copilot show, because I talked about 3-page processes, 5-page processes, and how to make that happen. In this particular scenario, again, I'm surprised that 12% of the people are signing up, because this is very confusing. And I'm not blaming you, Lee, by the way. I totally understand. I've seen this done dozens and dozens of times, because people that don't quite understand UpViral, the fact that UpViral is a 2-page process, everybody that's here that's a repeat fan, what do you call them? Not a first-time listener, a multi-time listener. Every one of you are my biggest fans, and I appreciate every one of you being here, and I want you to keep following me. Every one of you understands that it's a 2-page process, and UpViral really wants to be the first page of the process. And that's what's happening here. Kiki says she has a hot product if she's getting 12% on such a confusing funnel. I threw in the word such. Yes, it's a confusing funnel. All right, so now we at least understand where the problem is in this campaign, right? She has a really good offer. The offer, as my good friend Bradley likes to say, seems to be something people are willing to crawl through broken glass to get. This funnel process, this 3-page hot mess, as I called it, is quite the struggle, but yet 12% of the people are still opting in. That's amazeballs. Now, I don't know how many people have been referred, but you can imagine if somebody is cold traffic, right? If they happen to see this on Facebook, for example, and they click in and they end up on not the page I need to be here. If the referred traffic ends here, what in the heck are they going to do? They're going to say, what do you mean? Oh, I'm in, so I'm confused. I mean, they are going to be so lost. You want them to end up on that first page, not on the second page. And we talked about how confusing this second page was in the first place. So this Bradley's here. Bradley says, hat tip. Yes, hat tip to Bradley for my favorite phrase. You gotta crawl through broken glass to get the offer. That's a great offer. So there's lots of goodness here, Lee. This can be fixed. You just gotta rearrange some stuff and keep the good bits and throw out the confusing bits, and you'll have a much better conversion rate. Whew. What do you think, folks? Is that enough beating up of poor Lee? And obviously we could try to do some more wordsmithing, and look at this, prizes. Why is this not on the front page? There's a first prize and a second prize and a third prize. I didn't even see those before, because I didn't scroll down. That needs to be at the top of page 1. We've got a $6,000 prize. Okay, right below the opt-in part of, hey, we're going to do this phenomenal 5-day video conferencing thing, whatever it was. The video creator tomorrow. But on that opt-in page, tell them in big bold letters, you've got 60, I don't know, $10, whatever value the prize is on that page. Tell them you're running a contest. Get them excited. Scott says, this has been very enlightening. You are welcome, Scott. Carlene, you don't need to apologize for being late. At least you are here. Okay, does anybody have anything else you want to say about this particular campaign? because I think there's enough to go. Let's see. Jerome says, all right, so now we have some comments about the campaign itself. Jerome says, make the fonts and whole presentation more appealing. It's pretty hard to read. It is small. Now, I am on a 27-inch iMac. Oops, I don't want to blow that up. So maybe my page size is a little small, but I don't think it's that hard to read. But you're highlighting the wrong spots. You're highlighting the wrong stuff in this case, it seems to me. But thank you, Jerome, for making that comment to Lee. Deborah, bless your heart for being here. Deborah, bless you. I know you've been going through some struggles. Deborah says, suggested hooky title. Dream Your Destiny. Enter to win our Shoot for the Moon scholarship valued at $5,000 plus. I don't remember whether it was pounds or whatever. But yes. Carlene, Carlene, go back and watch the last 30 minutes. Briefly, for those of you, if you just showed up. Oh, Moby's here. Hi, Moby. Moby's on the Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you stick with me. Come to the show every week because you're going to gain so much value. Carlene, I will tell you really fast. Let me show you this. The problem with this campaign is that it's a 3-page funnel. There's a lead page. There's the page that actually has the opt-in on it. And there's the share page. In this particular case, this is the middle page. This is the second page that says, woohoo, you're in. And anybody that's getting referred is landing on this page and not understanding a damn thing. They see this. They've just been referred and they land here. But go back and watch the previous 30 minutes where I tell you about all of this stuff. Okay. Very confusing. Very sorry, Lee. And I know I'm brutal. Kiki says, yes, you need to merge the lead page and the opt-in page and get rid of this graphic because they're not in. You could put it on the third page, but that takes up too much space. But yes, you're basically going to try to combine those two pages, make it clear, make it really enticing about what your offer is for the 5-day program, and that you're doing a contest during that. All right. The whole point is to get leads. Yes. Exactly. Scott says an A5 flyer content is how I think of it. That's a great way of thinking about it. It is a sales page. Every page, theoretically, in my book, I'm going to go over here. Every page, let me rephrase that. Every lead page in any UpViral campaign, whether it's a lead magnet, whether it's a webinar registration, or whether it's a contest, whether it's one of those event things that UpViral just did, that very first page has one function: to get leads, as Kiki just said. That's all it's doing. Now, you need to provide as much information as freaking possible, or required, I should say, to get people to opt in. That's the entire job of the opt-in. The second section, right? If I can go back, I don't know if I can go back to the first page. Let me see. We're in Chrome. No, I was in Chrome, wasn't I? I already registered. Anyway, you get the idea that that very first page talks about, where I talked about doing work, you put all of the work over here on the share page. Once they have registered, now you give them the tease that says, hey, the more you do, if you want to take that choice of doing some work and inviting friends, the more chances you have to win the prizes. And as Scott said, I mean, you think about it as this condensed, as needed, as short as possible as a flyer. I mean, if you handed something to somebody on the street, you got to convince them to come do the thing. Whatever you're handing them, the call to action that you're trying to do, that one page has to get people to do the thing that you're calling them to do. That's this page. And in Lee's case, we have 2 pages that are trying to do that, and it's really confusing. Deborah says, hook to tease to land their email for UpViral Net. Get them into the cast bait for you on social. Yeah, we are trying to get people to opt in. Once you have them on your list, that's where you make the money. That's where you do all of your work. You bring them back to the share page. Get them to do more sharing, taking custom actions, whatever you need to do to get that to happen. All right, Lee, thank you for taking the time to submit your campaign and being brave. Let's dive into the second one. Scott says, thanks, Lee. The second campaign, oh, by the way, I forgot to do one thing. I always do this. Oh, it's on Facebook. So let me take this. I'm going to go over to Safari. And I'm going to, you looking at something I didn't want you to see. All right, but if I click this, because I'm logged into over in Facebook, I don't have it saved in my little incognito tool. Free coaching week. Dream today, video creator tomorrow, Monday, May 23rd through Friday, May 27th. Today's the 10th, so if you're going to improve this, you got some work to do in the next few days. And by the way, she told me in the UpViral group, she's out of town till Thursday. So this is a good image. This is potentially a good image to stop people scrolling to get them into your video creator thing. Free coaching week. There's a young lady. People can picture themselves in there. She's showing off stuff. There's a camera in the view. You got some dates on there. I think this is really good. Now, the campaign itself is not just a contest, right? You're trying to get people in. You could mention that there is $6,000 in contest prizes or whatever on here. It does say in the words, but remember, I don't know if I've said this enough to people. There's a diagram somewhere. I'm going to have to steal it next time I saw it. This is the first thing people see as they're scrolling, right? The image. I'm stating the obvious. The second thing they see is this line right here. The third thing they see is the line underneath it. And the fourth thing they say is this text up here, if somebody puts text in. It's been analyzed to death. I've seen that chart multiple times. And so you need to pay attention to that in that order. Dream Today Coaching Week Competition. What does that say to somebody? Are they totally getting the fact that there's a $6,000 prize? Because the value could be important to people. Kiki says that needs to be the lead page. At least the lead page hero image. Yes. This is a very good image because it conveys most of what you're trying to do. Theoretically, you could put win $6,000 in prizes too or something down there. But this should be appealing to your target audience. So I applaud you for this one. All right, let's move on to the other campaign because I might spend the same amount of time on the other one. I have not really seen this one in any detail. It came in this morning just before the show. So I didn't get a whole bunch of time to look at this. I've forgotten who submitted this. I'm going to look up the name, which means I have to pause the screen for a second. I have to go over to my Chrome and I have to see who that was submitted by. Keith? Keith says, oh, it's me. All right, Keith, bravo. See, now I blew it, didn't I? All right. Hungry Feeling, a film by Richard Weston. Very interesting image. Win a 2-night stay in Liverpool and appear in our road movie. Easy participation, no purchase mandatory, for all cinema enthusiasts. Giveaway. This word's kind of hidden to me. Assured gift for everyone. Does everybody, I don't know, assured gift. Keith says, I've already noticed a big glitch. Okay, that's all right. We'll figure it out. Now, how to win. You know I'm going to... Deborah said, everyone's a winner. That's a much better phrase than what you have here, Keith. Thank you. Keith says, you found it. I did, and by the way, there is a... excuse me, another tool in this space, and by default they have this block right here. Let's see if I can highlight it. This block on every contest by default, and I hate it. You're trusting me because I have experience doing this, but why are you telling people on the opt-in page, and maybe you should, I'll debate this one, most points wins. Everybody that's here, all 600 of you, I'm exaggerating, in the chat, tell me, yes, I love most points, I would easily win that, or no, I hate most points campaigns because there's no way in hell I'm going to win. Me giving you a hint. Scott says no. Deborah says hate it. Kiki says hate it. Carlene says hate points. Brian says not a fan. Victoria's frowny face. Keith says hate it. Keith? Keith, if you want people not to enter your contest, put this in big, bold letters right on your opt-in page. I hate most points campaigns. Hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them. Nobody feels like they can win a most points campaign. If I see this, I am gone. I am out of there. If this is the only way for me to win, I'm gone. And I have a large audience. I got 44,000 people on Twitter, for example. I could probably stuff this ballot box. But I'm not going to do it because I'm not wanting to win the prize, but please don't do that. And yes, you are correct. Take this off. We don't want that on here. Now, Kiki says the 3-way to win method. Somebody else says it. Oh, Kiki said it twice. Deborah asked, does that encourage spamming and cheating? Yes, absolutely it does. I actually have, I'm going to switch back over to my Chrome and we're going to go into Funnelytics. And I have, let's see if I can find it. I got lots of Funnelytics things. I just modified the heck out of it the other day. Where is it? This is a problem with having too many Funnelytics things. Dang it. Oh, here it is. Finally, it's at the top. So here's what I encourage any campaign that's a contest to do. And you can modify this, you can do it different ways. But here's your traditional opt-in funnel, right? You got the opt-in, you get the thank you page. That's not the important part. I'm going to scroll up because I don't want to confuse you. You can earn points by registering and referring. You can earn points for desired behavior. Let me make this bigger because I know it is small. when you get ready to draw winners, there's 3 ways I suggest you do it in what I'm calling, what do I call this now? A 3-prize triad. There's a different phrase and I can't come up with it right now that I'm starting to call it. But if you have the budget, if you have the ability to do this, I highly encourage it. Do a random draw. And the word email is on here, which is the problem, but let me just take that. Anyway, do a random draw. Anybody with at least 1 point has a chance to win. You can do a most points. You can include a leaderboard if you want, but that appeals to people that have a large audience who now say, oh, I have a chance to win a prize. But it doesn't exclude people who don't think they have a large audience. They can win with the weighted draw. Why did you say another, Scott? Did I say something? Did I say something wrong? So there's 2 prizes. They don't always have to be the same prize. I try to... my words. Another prize if you have big followers. Yes. Cool. Because they could win the weighted draw, right? Yes, you are. That's what I think you're saying, yes. Obviously, I would not give the most points person the weighted draw prize. So I do pick these in order. I do most points first. Oh, I missed it. Anthony in the Facebook group, if you're still here. Anthony Van Dort, who was a UpViral case study. Great campaign that he gave away an iPhone or Android, I've forgotten, I think it was either, winner's choice, for attracting people to his game about kiteboarding. He says, I'm about to launch a second game, giving kites away. Oh, you're still there. Giving kites away this time. Cool, let's have a conversation about that, Anthony. Yeah, maybe you and Bradley and I can talk about that. Let's chat. All right, so the 3rd prize in this 3-prize triad, the magic prize offer, whatever I'm going to call it, the 3rd prize goes to the person who referred the weighted draw winner. Okay, so this is the your friend wins, you win too method. Now, I have one of my mastermind members his name is AJ. We've talked about him before. He actually does a 4-prize method because he does the your friend wins, you win too on the weighted draw. And he also does the same thing on the leaderboard. So he gives away 4 prizes. 2 of them are the friend. Now, the whole idea of this is to encourage people to do more sharing because they feel like they have more chances to win if they invite others. You are knocking down the barrier of the person who is in a campaign wants to be the only person in the campaign because they have a much better chance to win. They don't want a whole bunch of people in there. They want a small pot. They want to be the only fish in the fishbowl. So these tools help people bring you more leads. So Keith's question, would you still use points but don't make it so visible as a promotion tactic? Oh, I still use points. But I say chances to win. I don't try not to say points very often because people, if you get 50 chances to win, doesn't that sound better than 50 points? And what's a point? What do I use a point for? I have credit cards where I earn points to buy stuff. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about chances to win. So typically I advise clients and in my mastermind and here all over the place, I suggest you use chances to win or some flavor of that phrase. Bradley likes to say stuff the ballot box. Some people get a little confused by that. What? We're not voting for anything. Just depends. You know, it depends upon what your audience is. And the answer to that, excuse me, Anthony says, love your show today. Why, thank you, Anthony. All my shows are this good. You go back and look at the previous shows and everybody will tell you they were great shows, better than the one before. Scott says, yes, exactly. So you guys out there, Anthony, you know the value. I helped Anthony on that campaign before, so we're going to fix some things. Let's go, baby. Keith says, quick question, Mitch and folks. Do you think the email capture is too low down? So he wants to get back to the campaign. Participate now and win the stay. Way too wordy, Keith. I hadn't even seen that. Most people will tell you that an entry form should be in the above the fold section. This image is really big. Maybe that's okay, but it is sucking up a huge part of the landing page, the opt-in page. And bravo, by the way, for using a custom domain. And this appears to be an UpViral hosted campaign, so kudos to that too. I think this needs to be bigger. Oh, that's part of the image. Win a 2-night stay in Liverpool needs to be much bigger. It's getting lost in this. I might go with 2 columns here or make this image much smaller. I understand you're trying to market your movie. I didn't mean to do that. But kind of in your case right now, the contest is the thing. This should be the biggest thing. Obviously, you're going to get rid of that. Prizes you can win. So yes, this could all be tightened up, a whole bunch of stuff. And Keith, you're fine. I was kind of done with that. Deborah says, make the lead the prize. I don't know. Make the prize the lead, then show the movie poster. And the teaser here, that's fine, but if the prize is what you're trying to use to get your leads, that needs to be the biggest thing on the page. This is an interesting image. It was a little confusing to me when I first saw it right now, but this all needs to be bigger. Enter now to win is all you need to say. Participate now and win the stay. That's too wordy. Let's try to tighten that up. The prize, the text for the prize, Scott says, needs to be actual text, not part of the image. Why do you care? I'm curious, Scott, because I have done that many times. I have put the text in an image because UpViral at the time, especially in the older templates, wouldn't use the fonts that I wanted. So if you have a legit, I shouldn't say, if you have a reason for that, please let me know so I can learn something. If there's a technical problem or something. I do think this image is way too confusing. I mean, the assumption is in this image that I know what this means. And I don't. I don't know. I don't have any clue what these 3 men silhouetted against a hill means. If you have assisted screen readers. See, that's something I never thought about. Thank you very much, Scott. That's very helpful. Deborah says, add some unique Liverpool images in that prize box. Why the kids show the liver building. I don't know about, I'm not from Liverpool. Or the Beatles Museum Cavern LFC badge. If you can, even people in the US know and recognize those. I don't. Keith says it was from the last film talking about this, but I get the point. I don't know what this image is, and I see this as somebody shooting a film, maybe. It's really hard to see. This almost looks like a fitness image, like he's trying to mount a treadmill or something. So please make sure please make sure that these images are understandable images and they help you with your process. This one I have no problem with because this is part of your film. It could be a scene or as part of the marketing. I get that. But these images mean nothing to me. They don't help you out in any way, shape, or form. And even some of these become an extra in the film. I see that's a camera, but I don't know. Does that tell me that? All expenses paid, 2 nights in this Shankly Hotel. I almost thought that said Skanky Hotel. I know the Beatles, Deborah. Yes, I know the Beatles, but all the other stuff you mentioned about a liver building, a liver building, whatever. Is this open to UK residents only? Deborah wants to know. All right, so all of this stuff down here is okay. I'm not going to try to finagle this. I think you know what that is. That looks like Alfred Hitchcock. Is that Alfred Hitchcock back there? I'm laughing at Keith. Keith says, great feedback on those pictures, everyone. Haha, it is skanky. I am not rich. That's hilarious. Skanky. Oh, my stars. Deborah says, Keith, use an image of the Shankly Gate at Anfield. Okay, Anfield I know because that's a football stadium. I know that one. Notice I didn't say soccer stadium. I love Ted Lasso, by the way. Has nothing to do with football. Love it. So anyway, let's move on. Enter now for a chance to win. I've seen this before. This is the best part, right down here. Why isn't this at the top? Shankly is a god in U.S. football? Really? I've never heard of it. Oh, UK football. Okay, that makes more sense. Thank you. By the way, speaking of Ted Lasso, I'm gonna take a quick side note. I have, you can't see it, but over my door, over here, I'll just take it down because it's very flimsy. My daughter put this above my door a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't even notice it for several days. For those of you who watch Ted Lasso. And she did it as a surprise, and I eventually looked up over my door and saw it, and I'm like, dang, that was amazing. And the other day, she was in a painting class. She made this one, because this phrase, be curious, not judgmental, from Ted Lasso, in the dart scene, is one of my absolute favorites. So that's why it's back here and currently hidden, but don't fall down. Anyway, I found out the other day, if you like that phrase, Deborah, you don't have to do that. I saw the be curious, not judgmental, that in Ted Lasso they attribute to Walt Whitman, and the foremost expert on Walt Whitman said in this article, he never said that. It is attributed to him all the time, but I can guarantee you Walt Whitman it was never published by him. He may have said it out loud or something that I'm not aware of, but Walt Whitman never said that. Anyway. Oh, Shankly, the manager of the Liverpool Football Club FC in the 60s. I wasn't aware of that. Thank you for that bonus information. Scott says, amazing show, and you're not talking about Ted Lasso, you're talking about this one, right? All right. I appreciate all of you saying that because it really is important to me, and I really want you to stick with me. Keep coming to the shows. Brian, Charles, I haven't seen anything from you. Green Teach for Opportunity. Jeff's here. There's two Jeffs. Julian, Keith, Kiki, Rodney's here. Hi, Rodney. Scott, Steve, Thailand, who's been very quiet today. Victoria's here, and Vince. All of you, thank you for being here. I want you to make sure you stick with me, please. Stick with me. Lots of changes coming in the next couple of months. I have some great material coming. All right. Keith says, this has been brilliant feedback, folks. I'm not hiding behind the sofa just yet. We haven't gotten to the sharing page yet. By the way, I don't know, if you're on the basic program, I guess you can't get rid of this UpViral thing, but if you are on the business plan and above, you can turn this UpViral powered logo thing off. Oh, you can't see my screen. The UpViral power thing down in the lower corner. You can turn that off. All right, so I'm going to register Mitch. And if you ever wonder what my email address, Doctor Who back on soon. I saw something about, was it the first black Doctor Who or some new first? My oldest daughter and I used to watch Doctor Who all the time. The Rose episode, it makes my daughter cry like crazy. You know what I mean. tm.lowercase e. So if you ever need my email address, that's it right there. Mitch at thankyouPageMagic.com. Scottish, originally from Rwanda. I did not know. Thank you for participating. Share the following links. This is a whole bunch of confusing words up here, Keith. Thank you for participating. Where's the punctuation? Why is this all in uppercase caps? Share the following links for a better chance of winning our main prize and to guarantee your friends a free copy of the film and 2 previous films and everything else on the planet, because it's all running together and you get an idea. When you're repeating this image and there is no reason to do this. They've already entered. They know what the prize is. Now, I do know that sometimes, like if you're going to do the one-click sign up, sometimes it's nice to have that image on there, but that's taking up way too much space on the page. I love you for saying thank you for participating. Celebrate. Do fun stuff. This is what's missing from so many campaigns. You're here to gamify the thing. You're here to ask Betty Lou, your avatar, to share this campaign. Why are you not celebrating her? Why, him or her? Why are you not just shouting up and down, this is so awesome that you are here. Thank you so much. You did say thank you for participating. But come on, Keith, that's a little... Celebrate her or him. Celebrate them. And this is one of the reasons why I've begged UpViral to put in this page the ability to put their first name if you collected it. Wouldn't that make so much sense? Betty Lou, you are awesome for joining my campaign. Paula, Frank. I don't know why UpViral hasn't done this. I've begged for years for them to do this. I'm sorry, UpViral. I know I'm not supposed to say this stuff on your show, but it's true. Just a simple little change. Let me celebrate the person by saying their name. Who's the most, when you get a compliment, if somebody says your name, don't you just feel so good when they say your name? Of course you do. Let me put it on the page. Thank you for participating. Share the following links and we went through that. All right, down here. You will have been given, Keith, I am going to send you to Connie Aunger, my wife's school of cut the heck out all those words. What in the world? Make it simple. You will have been given a unique referral code. That will mean we will know who has referred the most. You got to go to simplification school Too much. Too much. Passive voice, Scott says, passive voice is very BBC Radio 3. I love it. Meanwhile, you were already part of the road movie Come Hell or High Water. What does that mean? I'm already part of it. What does that mean? Tell me what that means. Did you just give me something? Is there something? What? I don't know what that means, Keith. Okay, for every friend you refer, I get this part. You'll get 20 extra entries. Bravo. I get that part. All right, let me go back. Deborah said, Keith, is the Shankly Hotel sponsoring your competition? If not, why not? Can't they donate a dinner? What about other Liverpool landmarks mentioned earlier? Beaters, yeah, see? Deborah's, bravo. I wanted to make sure I read that. They may be very interested in helping you. It does take getting out of your comfort zone and going and asking or calling on the phone or whatever. Keith says, I was in there yesterday begging, touting for such goodies, waiting to hear. Okay, good. Way to go, Keith. Bravo. Deborah says, heck, what about LFC donating ticks to the match? If they won't ask, if they won't, comma, Deborah, punctuation is important. If they don't, ask Everton. LOL. You people and your football. All right, so let's scroll on down. Lots of buttons, that's okay. Did you know, Keith, of course, if you were in my mastermind, you would know this. Did you know that you can separate these buttons on the page? Spread them out. Make it look better. See, the old way, in the old UpViral, you could not separate these. And I'll show you my trick. I'll go ahead and show you in just a second if you'll stick with me. I bet you Anthony Van Dort knows this one. If you're still here, Anthony, do you know that? Do you know you can separate these now in the new UpViral? Why would you do that? Well, number one, they're all jammed together. Number two, they've got separate functions, right? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, share on email, and Messenger. Those are all sort of social. But also what I like to do is I take WhatsApp, share on email, and Messenger because those are more one-on-one conversations usually. I put those in a separate button. Anthony says, yes, I know how to do that. Good for you, Anthony. Ring the bell. I put those three together, share on email, Messenger, and WhatsApp, because those one-on-one conversations are more likely to earn points. They're more likely to refer people because it's a one-on-one conversation or one-to-many smaller group. Facebook, although I love Facebook, everybody loves Facebook, right? But that's just blasting it out, and you're praying that Betty Lou shares it on Facebook, and Betty Lou has a large enough audience that Facebook shows it to a lot of people. These three are very important. Separate them. Take these three and separate them. Put Pinterest on there, because Pinterest may be a big place where your audience hangs out. Then put these things down here, because these are helping you build your audience. Right? Separate them. Scott says, like this, it looks like a bill poster on a closed shop window. Yes. I get what you mean there. And here's the copy your personal invite link. Why isn't that up next to here where you talked about a unique link? Who knows? Here's not a trick question. Maybe Anthony knows this one. If you look at your data, which one of these is the most often used, ignoring these that are custom actions, social buttons or this? Which is most often used out there on the planet? Kiki says referral link. Kiki says share link, same thing. Scott said, use this referral link. Because people don't look at their data. I'm gonna turn this off. People do not look at their data like I do. Nobody on the planet but me knows this, because I spend the most time looking at the damn data. Although Anthony knew it. I mean, you all know it. Partly because I've said it a million times here. But the only way to know that, besides just hearing me say it, is to go look at the damn data. Kiki, yes, you are absolutely correct. The referral link can go anywhere. Scott says, Anthony knows it only because he knows you. And yes, Anthony, unique link should be at the top. That's what I'm trying to get to. It's buried down here at the bottom. Make it frickin' the most obvious thing on the page. And I will tell you, as much as I've preached this, the UpViral templates don't even do that. Anthony's question was, would I put these follow, like, and share buttons below if I'm separating them? And I'm still going to show you how to do it. Would I put these below? It depends on what your focus is in your campaign. Now, in this campaign, Keith wants everybody to share it. I would put the copy link at the top. I would put these three in a group together and say, hey, if you want to get the most points with the most referrals, do these one-on-one things because people will listen to you. You can tell them about how cool this movie is. The bottom thing in this particular case is these things. They're going to earn people points, and they can only do that one time, but they're not critical to his campaign. Keith doesn't necessarily, his campaign goal is not to grow his social media. It can sort of be, but his goal is to grow his email list. The most important thing is to grow his email list in order to publicize the movie, in order to get more fans, in order to get people excited about it. Kiki says the referral link is physical and digital. Physical QR code. You can, bless your heart, put out a QR code and you could paste it everywhere. Digital, email, text, social media, on a website, absolutely. I have talked about that before, and that's a great topic. I gotta write myself a note. QR code. I'm working on things to say in my show. All right. Keith says, yes, we are looking to develop a fan base. Of course you are. But guess what? Keith, dude, I am sharing, right? You guys can see my... Can you not see my screen? Oh my God. How come you guys weren't yelling at me? Sorry. But yes, this needs to be at the top. These buttons here need to be separated. Separate them. How do you do that? I'm sorry, Scott. Somebody should have yelled at me. I thought I was sharing. My brain said I was sharing. Let me go over to my UpViral campaign. I don't need to look at that. I got too much stuff covering up what I want to see. Don't need this. So let me go into my dashboard. We'll just go into this one. This is a webinar I'm going to be doing that you guys can sign up for shortly if you are on my email list. But I'm not promoting it here. If I go to the design and I go over to, here's what the page looks like, by the way. When I was talking earlier about celebrating, look at this, success. There's a fun animated GIF. I can't wait to share a bit of magic with you on the webinar. I'm doing a webinar sign up. Make it fun, make it energetic. Keith, do something to celebrate your people. Can you make your screen bigger and your video smaller? I think that's a Zoom thing on your side, isn't it? I can make this bigger. I can do that. Oh, okay. So it was your side. All right. So in your campaign, I'm going to go into edit. So that's the page you were just looking at. Let's see if I separated them. I did. Okay. Now this is a long page and I'm still working on this page, so don't yell at me too much. So I have separated them. Now there are two ways of separating them. Now, so here's the first premise. When you click on your sharing buttons, notice that there is an on-off switch for each one of them. Notice that you can drag them around and reorder them. So I'm going to turn share on Facebook on in this button group. It's at the bottom. Oh, I don't want it at the bottom. I want it up at the top. Okay, so you can do that inside a button group. Now, here's the key. I can duplicate a button group. That's bad news. Don't do it. This is the stuff you learn from me, or the hard way. Duplicating a button group will duplicate the button group. So if I do this, notice that they both look alike. If I click on turn this off and turn this off, eventually, and it may happen only on a save, I don't know, I don't remember, but this button group and this button group are going to look exactly alike. What you must do to separate your groups is to drag a new one on. Down here on social, drag a new one on to your page. I'm going to put it down here, I guess. And then edit it over here. They have to be separate groups, and the only way to do that is to drag it on. Otherwise, they're duplicated. If I do, I'll do save, because I always get back to what I had. Maybe they fixed it. Have they fixed it? It used to be that you could not duplicate, but maybe they got smart and they fixed it. It looks like maybe they fixed it. Possibly, but I'd be careful of that. Just so you know, be careful. I would applaud them if they fixed it. Because that was very confusing. But now I have to take a whole module out of my training. I'm teasing. All right. Bravo to the team if that's fixed. But be careful. Test it. Make sure you know what you're doing. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to delete this one because I did do a save. And I'm going to put it back the way it was. I'm going to hide that one. All right. I'll figure the rest of it out later. Okay. Let me go back here. Can I show the top part of the page again? Of course I can. This is what it looks like, and you'll see it when you opt in for my webinar. This is what it looks like. You go to webinar.thankyouPageMagic.com. Success! I can't wait to share a bit of the magic with you on the webinar. I sent you a surprise, so check your inbox. Why do I do this? Y'all, why do I specifically send people a surprise? I didn't talk about it in the opt-in page. I know you didn't see it. I did not talk about the special surprise on the opt-in page. Why did I do it here? Y'all, all of you need to say this because you need to know it. Somebody answer me, please. Send people more. Jeff says to get them to check your email, their email. The whole freaking reason, yes, Jeff, the whole freaking reason that you are getting people to opt in is so that they open your emails. You want a higher open rate. The very first email you send somebody new, you want them to open that. Those those spam checkers and all those tools out there, pay attention to the very first connection. If you move that into the spam box, guess what? They're going to think that your emails are spam. Give them a surprise. Give them a bonus. Give them some reason to go open their email. This is the whole reason you're doing this damn thing, is to get people email and to get them to open them. Important, read below. You're 2 referrals away from getting an exclusive bonus session for free. Now I'm starting to give them work to do, but I'm telling them why they're going to do the work. If we go back over to Keith's thing, and I don't have his front page open, but he's already begging them to do work on the opt-in page. Make it obvious now. Save the first part for only getting people to opt in. Scott says, I love this. It's a GIF, it's not a video, so I much prefer GIFs because then people don't have to click play. They don't have to have sound. And yes, I love this. Every time I see this, years later, I saw this on a contest. I've forgotten who it was now. Dang it. I saw this GIF and I was like, that's the kind of emotion I want people to have when they join my campaign. Did you see this, by the way? I'm going to hit refresh. I got confetti. I got too much confetti and it slows down. I gotta back that off, and it's still Christmas colors. I haven't fixed that either. Celebrate them. Make them feel like you care. Are you paying attention to me out there? Somebody say amen, because I'm preaching. I'm Sunday choir preaching. And I know many of you heard it before. Keith says, and yes, Mitch, we totally get that. Hallelujah, Deborah says. Keith said, I'm sorry, Steve from Thailand. Good to hear from you, Steve. I don't think I've heard anything, or I wasn't paying enough attention. Custom action. See the code in the email we sent you and get 53 extra entries. So this surprise could be you simply sending them back to a custom action, right? You could have a custom action at the bottom of the page or on the top of the page or somewhere. And yes, by the way, I have done these social sharing buttons with just one. And yes, 53 more chances to win sounds better, yes, than points. Or you did say extra entries. I do like to say extra chances to win or extra entries to win. Either one works. What I would love for UpViral to do, I keep begging for UpViral to do things. Sorry if you guys are paying attention to me. But wouldn't it freaking be cool, based on what Steve said, see the code in the email we sent you and get 53 extra entries. What if that were a custom link that took them to one of these buttons and just gave them points? A custom action button or something. I'm begging for some cool stuff like that. Make it easier. But if you do that email, let's suppose that you're going to send an email and say, if you click on, and none of these are custom actions, but let's say you do this. You say, click on the share on Facebook to get 53 extra chances to win. Send them this, something like this. I'm gonna draw a box around it. Show them which button you're talking about. Send them this as an image in their email so they know exactly what to click on. Because right now you can say, click on the share on Facebook button, and they may not ever see it. But if you give them the visual, assuming they're not visually impaired like we talked about earlier, but give them as much information as you can. Celebrate them. By the way, in my campaigns, you saw this animated GIF here. 57 if you love Heinz. Heinz 57 sauce. Send them GIFs in your emails. Find fun things for people to do. People love to get those animated GIFs. When I see one in an email, it makes me smile. It's extra work. I know it's extra work, but once you build it, I have an email script, an chunk of email that goes in every UpViral campaign. I just copy that HTML code and I put it in my notebook, or I'm using Workflowy, whatever. Save it somewhere, and then you always have it. Scott says 57 Heinz, and then they remember it more, because everybody remembers 57, right? Although that might not be international. Ketchup on the leaderboard. Ha 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 ha. Deborah. Good one. Where's my laugh? Huh? That's not it. I really need to use these sounds more. I don't do enough of it.
Pretty good stuff?
Anyway. Deborah said, ketchup on the leaderboard with 57 extra chances to win. That's a groaner. I love it. I got all sorts of them. All right, here's my daughter. Anyway, let's move on. So, we've... Steve says, go home, Deborah, you're drunk. No, she's not. Let's see, if we finish this, yeah, I think we've ripped this to shreds. Here's how to win this contest. You have every time your friend signs up, additional chances. Oh, can I go back to her campaign, Lee? This is something you got to pay attention to. I'm sure Lee is no longer watching, but you see where it says in light gray, which I hate. This came from the UpViral template, and she didn't even understand to change it, because the template says invite your friends and get every sign up 1 extra chances of winning. These words don't make any sense. People don't even read what the template says, and I hope that UpViral eventually changes the template. But the words don't make any sense. And why is it in such a light gray? This is one of the biggest things on the page. Why are you using UpViral and then putting this in tiny little print and hiding it? Deborah said, ooh, I'd use Cruella image on social media and offer 101 chances to win plus a puppy. There you go, Deborah. Nice one. So, but you guys get my points, right? Make it fun. You want people to enter your contest. You want them to share. Why are you making it so hard and so boring? Please don't be boring. All right. Oh, by the way, look at this. Can you guys see this up in the top? Maybe I'll move it down. Do you see this where it says Havana? Keith, do you understand what that is? Do you know what that is? Why does it say Havana? Deborah, you weren't supposed to give it away. I asked Keith. Yes, it's the template name. If you don't know, it's all right, Deborah. I'm just giving you grief because you're here. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope you come back in a couple of weeks. I hope everybody comes back. Where am I going? I'm going to UpViral. In your templates, I'm going to exit the editor. Well, actually, we can do it here. If you do 2 places, template settings, it might just be easier. I'm going to do exit editor. Did I save it? I guess I did. If you do this button, split test, and you do UpViral templates, notice these all have names, and they tend to be, the newer ones don't, but they tend to be city names. If you select that, and it becomes a template, Deborah says, so happy to be here. I have missed y'all, even Steve Thailand. Notice that template now has the landing page title of Barcelona. That's what appears in the tab like this. Change that, please, because people do look at their tabs. They get distracted and they go back, and if I'm on this page and I look at that tab and it says Havana with an UpViral logo, by the way, you can change it. Keith, how do you change it? Right there. Barcelona. Hey, Keith. This is where you change the title. I know, I typoed. You get my point. Now, if I'm going to do exit editor, I don't want to save, I don't care. Keith says I do get it. You can also change it right here. If you want it quick and dirty, if you click on the pencil, I didn't save it, so it still says Barcelona. But if you click on the pencil and say Keith Rocks and do the checkbox, now you've changed that template name to either place. 2 places work. All right? All right, we're about to wrap this up. If y'all have any questions, we've been at it for an hour and a half. Keith says, great tip, thank you. Well, that's why you're here. That's why you follow Mitch, because Mitch knows all this stuff. Mitch has spent years working inside of UpViral. Mitch has a 43% referral rate. Anybody know where I get that number? Where do I get that number? Oh, where do you change the icon in the tab? Great question. Jeff says. It's getting hot in here. Hold on, let me turn on my fan. I was cold this morning, hot now. Victoria says, thank you, Mitch. You're welcome. Mitch is the maverick. Conversion data in the campaign stats. That's not where you change the icon. If you go to the reports, actually no. This is where you do it inside a specific campaign. I am hoping someday UpViral puts that referral ratio in here. But it's simply the number of visits, referred visits, or the referred leads, whichever one you're doing, probably referred leads, divided by the number of direct leads. That's for a specific campaign. That is the most important number in the book, in my book, in Mitch's magic book. If you want to see it in your account, take this collected leads and this referred leads, divide this by that, and you'll see that this is 43, right? 115 divided by 266 is 43%. 43% of all of my 266,000 leads in my account came from referrals. These are 43% free leads. If you are not looking at this number, you are sadly mistaken. I'll be nice about it. This is critical stuff. This is the whole reason you use UpViral, this number right here. If you are not paying attention to how many people are being referred, why are you using UpViral? Yeah, you're growing your leads. But this is the goal. This is the absolute most important reason that you're using UpViral, is those referred leads are free. They're also potentially so much more valuable than the first group of people, right? The 266 minus the 115, or the 67% of the people that came in on the front end, because the referred people are a little bit more energized because the authority has come. So if Betty signs up and she refers Paula, there's an authority that is coming from Betty passed on to Paula to you. There's trust involved. These people, these 115,000 are 4 times more likely to buy from you than the people you brought in on the front. It's been proven over and over and over that referred leads are the most valuable leads you can have. Why are you not doing more of this? This is why you follow Mitch. This is why you stick with me. Because I know this stuff. No offense to the UpViral team. They don't teach you this. This is not on the top of the page. This is not in their training. This is why you come follow me. Jeff said, where do you change the icon in the tab? I didn't forget you, Jeff. If you go to the settings and you go to custom domains. Now remember, I happen to have an account that was a lifetime deal, so I have unlimited domains. You see, I currently have 30. Your account, you may not have 6 million custom domains like I do, based on your current pricing. You may have 1, you may have 3, you may have 10, you may have more than that. The older accounts had unlimited. But when you do add new, you have the ability down here, Jeff, to add a custom image for your favicon. That's going to replace this UP up here. Notice I didn't do it on that particular campaign because it's still got the UpViral logo. I suspect, and I got a new one that's coming you haven't seen yet. I actually have a new one that's just a little piece of my new logo. It's not showing it, but it does work. I have on my newer campaigns my new logo up there. And you can change it on one of your existing campaigns. If I go to that one, for example, that's the webinar one. I can show you right now that it probably works. Where is my webinar? Webinar. There it is. If I edit this one, there's my new logo. Part of my new logo. So I don't know why it's not showing up here. I'd have to go back and check that, but I see that it's not showing the right icons here. It's not showing errors, but they're not showing DNS and SSL, but I'll look at that. But that's how that works, Jeff. Keith says, quick question about custom domains. UpViral generates a number. YouTube, Google sees this as a phone number. I have raised it as a feature request to lose this number, or is there a workaround? I didn't know they were seeing it as a phone number. I know what you're talking about. It doesn't. I know what you mean. That is the campaign ID. As far as I know, UpViral's not going to budge because it is embedded completely in a million different places. Oh, well, YouTube. Yeah. The short answer, Keith, would be to just drop the LP/113112 stuff. Scott says, thanks, Mitch, and everyone learned some good stuff again. You're welcome. We are going to wrap this up, so if you have a quick question, type in Q or QQ really fast, so I know you're going to do it, but otherwise we're going to wrap this up. Um, but then they get you for the final URL. Well, but if I'm saying use the whole thing that says giveaway.ahungryfeeling.info, you should be able to do that. What you lose there is any tracking that you're going to try to do. Like if you use the custom tracking, you'll lose that. But I should be able, I don't know if, I'm just going to copy this really fast. And I'm going to put it in here. And I should get to your campaign. Right? I would think YouTube would be okay with just that, but you don't have any tracking or anything else. Unless they go ahead and drive down to what the final URL is going to be somehow. I don't know. I don't have any answers for you on that one, Keith. Okay, 20 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes into this. Again, Steve Hogland, another show with tons of great tips. Thanks, Mitch, and everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm actually going to do a screen grab. I appreciate that very much. Oops. I do appreciate the kind words, and I do, again, Stephen, Keith, everybody, make sure you follow me. All right. Oh, crap. All right, I'll do that. You guys can't see me, right? Oh, you can. Let me turn that off. I appreciate all of you for your kind words. I do often screen grab and use those in places. Next week, Deborah says, awesome as ever. Thanks, Mitch, and everyone for the great tips and input. I've super missed you all. Well, I will see you. You know, Deborah. We will chat. Next week's show, just so you know, is a campaign. It's an interview from William. Okay? Show up next week. There is going to be some exciting news. I'll just say that. Show up next week. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. UpViral is awesome. You know I love the tool, even though they have me on as the host, which makes me say nice things. If you watch me outside of this UpViral Copilot show, you know I say the same things. That's because of all the tools I've used, it's the one that does the most stuff that I need, and it's easy to use, especially once you know it. I'm going to take another screen grab. Kate, thank you so much for those kind words. Kiki. I appreciate it very much. And we will catch you next week on the UpViral Copilot show. Please invite others that you know would be very interested. Jerome says, are you allowed to give your email address to join your list? If you go to newsletter.thankyouPageMagic.com, I'll say that going out. I'm not supposed to promote myself too much, but newsletter.thankyouPageMagic.com. Or you can just go to Contact Mitch, and you can, I don't have it on there yet, but I will have it on contactmitch.com. Deborah says, Kiki, I had to look close to see it was a goat, but I agree. Thank you so much, Deborah. The newsletter.thankyouPageMagic.com, by the way, is, guess what? An UpViral campaign where on the share page, I encourage you to invite others to get some bonuses. I'm eating my own dog food, as Mark likes to say. I am using UpViral with an opt-in for a newsletter. It's the go-to page. Great. When you get the newsletter, and I've been a little lax in the sending out newsletters, and that's really bad because I want to be consistent. Notice the bottom of the newsletter. there's very special stuff that happens at the bottom of the newsletter, which is related to the UpViral campaign that I sent you to just now. There's a special thing happening there. Those of you who have signed on have seen it. If you haven't signed on, and I'm going to change the graphics a little bit. I'm having trouble with the graphics looking blurry. But there's some graphics at the bottom of that. And there's some encouragement for you at the bottom of that. And it's all based on UpViral. It's not UpViral sharing widget or anything inside the campaign. But I am showing you what your status is inside the UpViral campaign. And nobody else is doing this. Nobody else has figured this stuff out but me. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back, and yes, I'm the GOAT. There's some amazing stuff going on in there. Pay attention. Oops. Steal it. Well, I'm trying not to give too much away and not to promote myself too much, but there's some amazing stuff going on in what I do. You can embed this stuff just like I do if you know how to do it. Nobody else is on the planet teaching you this stuff. Nobody else is teaching any of this. Pay attention to me. I'm telling you, if you want to grow your business, if you want to skyrocket to 43% referral ratio, free leads like I'm doing, you got to pay attention to me. There's a reason I have this t-shirt. There's a reason I'm on this show. Pay attention to me. This is game-changing. This is business-changing stuff. It's fuzzy for some reason. I'll stop preaching. You guys know I preach this stuff all the time. I love ya. I hope you keep following me every week. We will catch you on Tuesday next week with William doing an interview, and there is, I believe, something special going to happen on Tuesday. So please show up for that interview. All right, we will catch you again here on the Copilot Show. Tune in next week. Love you. Thank you. Bye.